The Mountain Teeth of Monsters. Although there are many character fatalities in the penultimate episode of 1923 Season 2, the loss of a significant character in Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone prequel is nevertheless shocking. The Mountain Teeth of Monsters, the sixth episode of 1923 Season 2, opens with the extended Dutton clan learning the good news that Spencer Dutton will be returning home. Jack Dutton and Zane Davis are left to watch over the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch while Jacob Dutton waits for Spencer in Livingston, Montana to make sure his nephew arrives safely. Several characters perish in the penultimate episode of 1923 Season 2, which was approaching its finale, because the corrupt police officer killed Pete Plenty Clouds and other indigenous people as they were searching for Tina Rainwater. Father Renaud executed Marshall Kent. After the priest killed Hank Plenty Clouds, Tina went on to assassinate Father Renaud. Paul and Hillary, two of Alexander Dutton's pals, froze to death while driving Alex to Montana. They are all secondary characters, though, and I didn't think a Dutton would pass away prior to the conclusion of Season 2 in 1923. It was quite shocking when Jack Dutton passed away in The Mountain Teeth of Monsters, Episode 6 of Season 2. I didn't see the youngest Dutton male being shot down by Banner Creighton's men coming, even though Jack stupidly set himself up for death when he left his defense of the Yellowstone Ranch to meet Jacob in Livingston. Usually, Jack didn't consider the true identities of the cowboys posing as representatives of the Livestock Commission, and they shot him dead when he was helpless. Jack Dutton may have been the first Dutton to fall prey to Yellowstone's notorious railroad station, which first appeared in 1923 Season 2 when his body was hauled away. When Jack boasted to the intruders on horseback that his brother Spencer was the best shooter in town, it was already a warning sign. When Jack asserted that he was second best, he had no chance before being shot by Creighton's men. The deaths of Dutton's sons are not new. Jack's own father, John Dutton, passed away in Season 1 of 1923, and Lee Dutton was killed off in the first episode of Yellowstone. However, Jack had a lot to live for, and it's still shocking that he passed away so suddenly before the Season 2 finale in 1923. Jack Dutton's misfortune in 1923 is that he would never be able to mature and realize his full potential. Having grown up on the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, Jack was innocent and callow even though he was in his early 20s. Nevertheless, Jack was a courageous and likable man who voluntarily absorbed the knowledge of Jacob and his aunt, Cara Dutton. Regretfully, Jack will never amass and acquire lifelong wisdom. If Luke Skywalker was happy to stay on Tatooine and never looked to the future and dreamed of traveling to a bigger world, Jack would be similar to him. Jack died before Spencer could get back to the Yellowstone, despite the fact that Darren Mann shared scenes with Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford. Assuming Alexandra does travel to Montana to be with her cherished husband, Mann does not appear in any scenes with Brandon Sklenar or Julia Schlackfer in 1923, and Jack never gets to see his uncle again. Once a symbol of the Yellowstone Ranch's future, Jack is now one of many Duttons whose blood has contaminated the property their family has sacrificed so much for. Another tragedy following Jack Dutton's untimely death is the death of Elizabeth Strafford, his young bride-to-be. After losing her child with Jack in Season 1 of 1923, the long-suffering Elizabeth was finally told that she could conceive. Elizabeth is unaware of Jack's passing in Season 2, Episode 6 of 1923, and her pregnant kid will now grow up without a parent. But by a process of elimination, Jack's passing resolves a Yellowstone riddle and proves that Spencer is the grandfather of John Dutton III. Elizabeth had intended to leave Yellowstone to head to Boston after her winter adventure, which included being attacked by a mountain lion, bitten by a rabid wolf, and having to suffer rabies injections in her stomach. Now that Jack has left, Elizabeth's future in Montana appears to be in doubt. Elizabeth only remained in Paradise Valley because of Jack. Lizzie will probably head east and leave her unpleasant memories of the Yellowstone and Elizabeth's fantasies of her lost life with Jack Dutton behind if she makes it through the Season 2 finale of 1923.